Hello all, this is Battlefield 1, said to be the best Battlefield game since Bad Company 2, and from what I've seen, that's pretty accurate. Using the same engine as Battlefield 4 and Hardline, graphically, Battlefield 1 doesn't really break the mould, but it's its theme that really caught people's attention. Bringing it back to the First World War gave the developers at DICE the opportunity to explore a completely different kind of warfare and integrate that into the tried and tested mechanics of the Battlefield series. The single player campaign has never been strong in the series. With the war stories, Battlefield 1 does a good job of not only showcasing the weapons and vehicles, but also the brutal history of the First World War. The war stories give you the basic knowledge required to hop into the multiplayer where Battlefield has always shined. The combined arms of air, land and sea, coupled with the ingenuity of the players, creates this constant changing dynamic that has always defined Battlefield multiplayer. The weapons of modern Battlefield games suffered criticism for all feeling the same. However, Battlefield 1's guns are distinct, varied and require much more experimentation. Machine guns feel heavy and rifles don't instantly reload, which can be fatal if timed badly. It's not just primary weapons that have this experimentality. Incendiary and gas grenades, flamethrowers, and not to mention the first airplanes and tanks, all make multiplayer that much more hectic. Vehicles have always been a real joy in Battlefield. Tanks dominate the battlefield, while fighters and bombers battle for the skies in a constant struggle for superiority. Both are easy to control, and although powerful, effective team play can limit their effectiveness. The new game mode Operations adds a new tension to multiplayer battles, combining the large-scale intensity of Conquest and the close-quarters combat of Rush. The multi-map hour-long battles, combined with the historical cutscene and voiceovers, makes Operations feel like a flowing campaign. But Conquest remains to be the standard of the series. The freedom of the open map allows players to fight on their chosen ground. Few of the launch maps really stand out in terms of layout, but the ability to change the terrain with high explosives and create cover where none existed before, coupled with the new behemoths, presents players with the opportunity to change the landscape of the battle. Zeppelins, armoured trains and dreadnoughts represent the new behemoths in Battlefield 1. They come into play when one team begins to fall behind the other. Heavily armoured and armed with powerful weaponry, they can really turn the tide, proving to be a much more interesting dynamic than the forgettable evolution from Battlefield 4. The class system of Assault, Medic, Support and Scout remains the same as other Battlefield games, without too much change in the fundamentals of each class's unique gadgets. Each one has a powerful array of weaponry, and when working together as a squad, they are the most dominant force in the battlefield. Good squad play always relies on communication, and the ability to interact with your squad mates has always been limited in the series. Battlefield 1 has improved slightly on this, with flashing markers above the heads of your fellow soldiers should they request healing or ammo, but much more is needed. DICE have combined the best parts of their other games into Battlefield 1, copying the look of the menu screens and interface from Star Wars Battlefront and adopting the weapon purchasing system from Battlefield Hardline. The final result? Battlefield 1 does an excellent job of transplanting the traditional, fast-paced multiplayer action that defines the series into the weapons and vehicles of the First World War. It portrays a personality with its distinct lineup of weaponry, the dynamic terrain destruction, and the detailed single-player war stories. The small number of maps and their playing lists will surely be bolstered by the inevitable DLCs, but other than that, DICE has created a wonderful addition to the series. Thank you all for listening, good luck, and have a good day.